Liver King is looking bad by Penguinz0, aka moistcritikal. Dang, he looking bad, huh? What happened? I know that last year he got exposed for being a fake natty. He lied about being natty for all these years. Coming to find out, not only was he not natty, but this man was on more steroids than most people can probably take or even afford. Has he been on a downward spiral from then? I mean, I know he lost some fans after that happened, but I mean, it don't look like he's talking about fans here. moistcritikal always has interesting perspectives on things, so let's go ahead and check out what he got to say. Also, for my gamers out there, I just started a walkthrough of Bomber Cyberpunk. First 2 episodes are already in the playlist. I don't know if they're both public yet, but they're in the playlist. Now, without further ado, let's get it.
At the end of 2022, the Liver King was one of the biggest names in the fitness industry. But at the beginning of the year, a mere 8 months ago, it all came crumbling down thanks to one video from More Plates, More Dates, where he exposed that Liver King's entire online presence was based upon a lie.
I didn't know that it was this video specifically that did it. Like, I didn't even know who the Liver King was before this. A lot of y'all probably didn't either. I mean, maybe some of y'all did. Dude was already like a, big name and everything. But yeah. So this is the dude that did it, huh? If I'm Liver King, I'm mad as hell at this. I don't know, maybe it was like an interview type of thing. It probably was, huh?
Liver King's entire
so you can't even be mad.
Online presence was based upon...
Oh no, but the Liver King lie though, so never mind.
He had always preached the primal lifestyle, known for eating a bunch of foods and raw meats. Like, he has more testicles in his videos than Riley Reid's entire filmography. His big thing was eating all of these testicles.
Yo, I always wonder when moistcritikal makes jokes like that, if those are off the cuff or if he just already has those in his head. Because if he already has it in his head, he delivers it in a way that make it seem like it's off the cuff. But if it's really off the cuff, dude is just great at comedy, bro. Like, he's better than maybe even Heath knows that he is. I'm not saying that he could do stand up, because that's like an insult to comedians when you just, hey man, you should do stand up. You're funny. Not everybody's built for stand up, but I don't know. He could make a room laugh for a decent amount of time. I feel.
Reid's entire filmography. His big thing was eating all of these testicles and slurping down tons of liver, gluttonously consuming an endless supply of exotic meats, and all the while preaching that it's ancestral living. And I'm
wrong with cooking it, but raw.
To believe that if they purchase his supplements and his supplies and eat like him, they could look like him.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of people fell hook, line, and sinker for that scam.
Of course.
He has a very impressive physique. He looks like an anime character straight out of Baki the Grappler.
Right?
Goofball's got muscles on his body that haven't even been invented yet. And his veins are just bulging out of his skin.
Uninvented muscles, huh?
Diesel throughout his body.
Yeah.
And he would keep telling them, like, if you work hard, you buy my shit, you eat like me, you live like me, following the ancestral tenets, you can be like me.
Yeah, because that's one thing about muscles, man. Muscles are soft. When you're not flexing your muscles, or when they don't got a pump going because of working out, muscles get soft. So even the most muscular person you know, their muscles aren't flexed up and super ripped and chiseled and defined at all times. Anyone who has that going, they're probably on something. And that's what Liver King had. This man abs, he would just be sitting there relaxed. I know people with like super shredded, crazy six pack. But when they sit back in a chair like this, they're fucking like, their stomach just gets soft, and you see like damn near stomach rolls, but you know it's not stomach rolls because they got six pack. But you damn near see stomach rolls. That's how it's supposed to be. Liver King, man, when he's just sitting there relaxed, his abs look like he's flexing harder than anybody on the planet ever has. You know it's fake.
Look like me.
I could have never fell for it, but people did.
He was juiced to the gills. He was on tons and tons of performance-enhancing products. More Plates, More Dates brought that to the public eye. Eventually, it forced Liver King himself to just admit that he lied about all of it. He lied.
I remember that.
His body isn't the result of following the ancestral tenets or glorbing down on animal testicle for every meal. It's the result of steroids.
Yeah.
So I saw a video floating around on Twitter today, one of his more recent posts, and he's looking extremely rough. So I just wanted to do a little checkup on where Liver King is 8 months post-exposing.
In the modern world, we like to have our bowl of cereal.
Dang!
This is a primal version.
First of all, what are you pouring
bowl of cereal
with that milk?
Got my testicles in farm fresh milk.
Ew. Okay, so first of all, yeah, dog. From my understanding, Liver King is 45, and when I seen him, he did not have, like, his hair was not all extra gray like that, bro. He aged like one of these politicians, like a damn president. Y'all ever seen a president at the beginning of, like, when they first come into office versus the end of it? Just like look like two different people, bruh. This man in age like 15, 20 years, over 8 months. Dang, Liver King. Like, Liver King is, I think he's 45. But he looks every bit of like 60 right here. That's crazy.
From Liver King Ranch.
Yeah, it's business as usual. He's doing the exact same stuff as he was prior to having all of the steroid usage come to light.
Dang.
But it looks like he's aged 20 years in the last 8
Yeah, I literally just said that.
He's one testicle sandwich away from actually exploding. In every TikTok I've seen of him, his body is bright red. It looks like Arnold's face in the movie Total Recall when he takes his helmet off in space and his eyes pop out of his
I didn't see
skull,
Total Recall.
like right before blowing up. That's what Liver King's body looks like. It looks like it is struggling to stay in one piece.
Dang.
Also, a lot of people on Twitter pointed this out, and it's a really good point. It is still so silly how he keeps calling his diet Primal Living, eating like our ancestors, when this is the furthest thing from primal eating. All of his meals are meticulously prepared by his personal chef and his whole team.
Yeah.
He used to say this thing on his videos where if you don't hunt it, you don't eat it.
Because in real life, if you just go out and you hunt an animal and just randomly eat pieces of the carcass, you're going to get sick and die. Like, you cannot just eat raw animal meat. Now, you can kind of get away with it if you do what he does specifically. But again, these are very carefully selected pieces and probably cut specific ways. It's kind of like sushi. You know, you can't just eat raw fish. You're going to get sick. But you can eat sushi, which is very specific parts of fish placed in very specific way. Basically, you can eat raw fish to a certain degree, and you can eat certain parts of a raw fish without actually getting sick, which is what sushi is. You know what I'm saying? Not all sushi has to be raw fish. I'm just saying some of it is. But yeah, this man is out here acting like he just out here going to the woods, shoot a deer, and then just take a bite. No, bruh, you're not doing that. You are not doing that.
Which is just so dumb because clearly he's not hunting for all of this meat.
Right.
Like, he's eating more meat than Luffy in One Piece. There's no way he'd be able to hunt for all of that. The only reason he's able to eat like he does in these videos is because he is indulging in the modern excess. He is doing nothing even remotely associated with living primal.
Right.
Aside from the bed he sleeps on, because he basically sleeps on a fucking plank of wood. Dude goes to bed in a coffin like a muscle vampire. That's like the old ancestral type thing he does.
Are you serious? Does he really do that?
Is the furthest thing from it. It is literally the result of being super...
I don't give a damn about none of the other stuff. I want my nice comfy bed, baby.
The most feared warriors, the Maasai.
Oh my gosh, ew.
What they get down on is milk, meat, and blood. And they are expressed in a higher, more dominant form. If you still
so
want
nasty.
your primal cereal to
what is
taste
that?
like pebbles at the end.
That
You still want
the whole feast. Cocoa Pebbles, huh? Is this like chocolate powder?
your primal cereal to taste like Cocoa Pebbles.
I don't even look like chocolate. What are you pouring into that milk and raw meat, sir? Ew.
At the end.
That weak-ass chocolate powder that he's dumping in from his brand is not going to salvage this primal bowl of cereal.
I swear to God, that powder look weak as shit.
Like Cocoa Pebbles. It's gonna make it taste like cocoa puke. It also really made me giggle that he just didn't even have the energy to actually mix the powder with the milk. So he ends up just consuming it with just powder on top of milk.
Oh my God.
It's so weird though that he even bothered calling this a bowl of cereal primal style. It has nothing
Primal
in common
cereal.
with that
Watch
other than
out,
just being
bro.
milk in a bowl. That's where all the similarities stop. He would have just presented this culinary crime as just like a wacky little shocking dish. Like, hey, check this one out. Here's 4 testicles and some milk.
I was like, you could have just ate the testicles and then drank a glass of milk.
Usage of the PEDs. It seems like he is in a much different state now than he was 8 months ago, and not for the better. In most of the TikToks I watched from him, he seemed much more physically drained, much quicker.
Oh, dang.
He seemed to have significantly less energy. His physique doesn't look significantly different than it used to.
Okay.
But it looks less human, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't look like muscles anymore. It looks like he has a bunch of rocks under his skin disguising themselves as muscles, like the shape of muscles.
It kind of already looked like that anyway, but I see what you're saying though. And he is glowing red. Look at him, bro. He red as hell.
Back the membrane on the testicle. You can use a spoon if you want, but God gave you the hands.
Good eating, everybody.
I honestly feel pretty bad to a certain extent here. Like, it feels like his muscles have gained their own sentience at this point from so many steroids that they now have a mind of their own, and they're working the Liver King like a puppet. They're in his brain pulling levers like that alien in Men in Black 1, so they're forcing him to keep, staying on the gear, never letting him stop. And it's
messed up, man.
Sad.
Yeah.
Because to me, this screams that he's trapped doing this forever because...
Oh, yeah, he's never going to stop. He ain't never going to stop.
Security and the livelihood of his entire family.
Plus, yeah, he make money from
He needs
it.
to keep amping up the extreme meals that he's eating. So,
because like I said, it ain't like he lost all of his fans. He lost some fans, but it's gonna be the people that's gonna be like, yo, there's probably a lot of people that didn't even watch him for that purpose. They were like, yo, I just think this dude is funny. I think he's entertaining. I don't believe for a second that this dude was ever natural, but you know what? He's funny. I like watching his videos. I like watching this dude consume raw meat. It's like y'all dudes who watch mukbang videos. And I'm not talking about a mukbang video of like a YouTuber you watch who happens to do a mukbang, but they're like talking while they're doing it. No, I'm talking about the mukbang channels that like just consume large quantities of food in the nastiest way possible. And they got the microphone gain turned all the way up and they chew directly in the microphone. My bad for getting that close. So you could hear every tongue swirl. Oh my goodness. I don't get how y'all sit there and watch those videos for extended periods of time. I understand watching someone eat food is kind of entertaining, but not the mukbang ASMR. I don't get y'all. But it's kind of like that. It's people that probably get entertained a lot from watching Liver King eat these raw pieces of raw meat.
His entire family. So he needs to keep amping up the extreme meals that he's eating. So he's eating chicken heads and peeling the tongue out of frogs in one of his other TikToks, most recent ones. Like, keep amping that up so people keep
an alive frog.
Keep injecting and
that's animal abuse. He
need to gear. So that way his physique.
I'm assuming the frog is dead.
Keep watching, and I feel really awful for his audience that is still buying his products in the hopes that they can look even remotely similar to how he does. They can't. Hop off the hopium. No matter how closely you follow his ancestral tenets and no matter how many of his products you buy, you will not have a body that looks like his.
Ew.
Unless you also get on all of the
I'm stuck on that frog
using in the same amount
tongue thing. My bad.
That is the only way. His body is not naturally achievable.
Yeah.
Period. Full stop.
Right.
Now, another thing he's begun doing on his TikTok is he's been posting a lot more content.
Yeah, his abs do look fake. They've always looked fake.
That is very clearly not ancestral.
What the hell is he eating? What is that?
From one of his more recent TikToks where he's on his private jet and has his personal chef Lionel serve him up some snakes on a plane. So he makes some snakes for him to eat.
Oh, that's what that was?
Snakes on a plane. So he makes some.
Is that actually snake? What is it covered in?
Snakes for him to eat. It's clearly a joke off of the old meme, motherfucking snakes on the plane.
Samuel L. Jackson.
He's very tardy to the party on that meme. That one died like a decade ago. But what's really interesting here is that he's unashamedly showing that he doesn't actually even follow his own ancestral living lifestyle advice, really. Like, being on a private jet is the furthest possible thing from Primal Living.
Yeah, like why even use a private jet for transportation to go anywhere, yet you sleep in a coffin at home? Like I said, I'm gonna sleep in my nice comfy bed, baby. Listen, I don't understand. Look, regardless of what appearance I want to make, y'all ain't in my house. You feel me? I'm gonna sleep in a bed. Ain't no coffin.
On a private jet is the furthest possible thing from Primal.
I know it's probably not really a coffin,
and
but
some of his audience even called him out, saying, our private jet's primal. And I guess, it's...
A true primal left the comfort of the cave for adventure and a better life. Flying private falls squarely in the better life department. Okay, but you still sleep on a wooden plank, as Moistcritikal would describe it, aka not a nice comfy bed. All right.
His world, we're just eating testicles.
I'm sorry, I'm stuck on the bed thing. I'm just saying.
Up with some arbitrary excuse on why it's totally fine. He says, a true primal left the comfort of the cave for adventure and a better life. Flying private falls squarely in the better life department. What a cop-out. Basically, I make the rules, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. By
Pretty much.
You can also make the same argument for actually everything else.
Yeah.
Why eat all the raw meat that you preach about? True primals in search of a better life learn to cook food.
Because it tastes better.
Help them find a better life. So why wouldn't cooking all...
Why not cook it? On me. Why not season it up?
Better life component of your primal definition. It just... It doesn't add up. It's just one of those things where rules for thee, not for me. He doesn't practice what he preaches. I said this a long time ago.
Rules for thee, not for me. I like that.
Everything he showed in his lifestyle video was a big old load of baloney. Just actual fucking horseradish.
Probably.
I don't think
horseradish
he's on a bed of wood, basically. I think he has a luxury $20,000 mattress infused with diamonds somewhere. Because he lives a very lavish lifestyle. And
so what you're saying is basically, damn, we've been talking about this damn bed the whole video, ain't we? My fault. But he brought it up this time. But yeah, that would make sense. He showed off that video of him sleeping on the wood and what he does and everything. But yeah, in real life, he probably don't sleep there. Don't he got a girl? They don't sleep on no wooden plank, bro. They probably do sleep in a bed. There's no way they don't sleep in a super expensive, super nice, comfortable bed. There's no way.
Mattress infused with diamonds somewhere, because he lives a very lavish lifestyle and always has. And everything he's ever put online has been a lie, especially when it comes to his physique and what he actually does in order to look the way he does.
Right.
He's just getting more and more egregious with the lie here. Like, this isn't even really trying to even pretend that you follow your own ancestral tenets and primal living. This is clearly all just marketing. Always has been, always will be when it comes to the Liver King.
And it's gonna work.
In every single video, pumping his Liver King bars, Liver King powders, supplements.
Liver King bars.
Kinds of
you got bars?
Completely worthless things that nobody watching him needs. And if you're someone that's watching him and buying these things hoping to get in better shape, then you can find significantly better products on the market that aren't the Liver Kings. Compared to the rest of the industry, his products are very weak. They're not the best available. So you could benefit far more from doing research outside of the Liver King echo chamber and finding much better supplements and powders than what he's currently offering.
Bro, if I was a person with a whole bunch of money, like I know Liver King has, he's rich, and I was over here trying to pretend that I was natty when I'm not, in order to try to sell supplements and stuff, I'm at least gonna pay the money to make sure my stuff is top quality, some of the best stuff you could buy. Even if I am a faker and I'm lying and all that, you better pay that money to make sure that your stuff is top quality. So you telling me you was out here faking and stuff and the products you selling are actually just trash? That you can't, that's a bad combination, brother. Bad combination.
Holy shit. This fly has not left the entire video. I'm having my own primal battle right now.
Yo, them flies.
Here. Jesus.
They get all in your face. Can't catch them.
He is a fraud. He has been exposed as a fraud.
Yeah.
And 8 months later, he is still doing the exact same thing, but he looks a lot worse now.
Yeah.
I really feel like he is only amplifying his gear.
He looked like I said, he looked like he's 60 something.
Overall health detriment, I imagine, and only amplifying.
He looked late 30s, early 40s before.
Wacky meals. So that's just kind of the little 8-month update on the Liver King here.
Okay.
That's really about it. So yeah.
All right, man. As the homie moistcritikal just showed us, the Liver King is not doing well right now, bro. I mean, okay, so he's still doing the same thing, but he looks worse for wear. He looked like he's on the drugs or, the steroids and stuff even harder than ever. And he out here, he out here selling trash products and whatnot. He looked 15 to 20 years older. Like I said, I think Liver King is 45. The man looked like in his late 30s, early 40s before, like 38 to 41 type deal. Now this man looks every bit of 62. Like he looked like a 60-year-old that's just in really, really good shape. One of them super old dudes that, never stopped working out. So they still got like a really good physique, but they clearly look old because you can see it in their face. That's what Liver King looks like now. Like you look above your age, brother. That's not the goal. That ain't what you want. Dang, man. You might want to shave the beard. That's probably gonna make him look even older. I don't know. But hey, man, that's gonna do it for this video, bro. moistcritikal, like I said, he always has interesting things to say. Throw some jokes up in there. I actually want to start making the kind of videos that he makes, not because of him. People have been making, videos just sitting down in front of a camera and just talking to it since the inception of YouTube. But like, I've always said that I wanted to do that, and I've only ever done it a few times. But I need to start doing that, bro. So if y'all got anything that y'all want me to talk about, anything you're interested in telling me about, maybe y'all talk about it. Like anything. It don't even matter. Like if it's something that I could talk about for a few minutes, maybe I'll make a video on it. Make sure you show a lot of love, video, like, share, subscribe. Till next time we are up out of this thing. It's your boy Dairu, we signing out. Peace.